You go insane, and I did a few times. So this is where I'm at, and I got to be careful how I word things, because I don't want to upset anybody, right? And that's the truth. I don't want to upset anybody, but I guess you're always going to upset somebody, and that's one of the first things I learned on YouTube, is that you will never make everybody happy. It's an impossibility, because it well, nobody can ever make anybody happy. The best president in the world has always got haters, right? The most famous singer or actress or actor has always got people that don't like them, right? Hey, whenever Folly. Well, that's true, but I'm not going to be saying anything offensive. Don't worry about that, honey. I'm just saying, that it might upset some people, but not because I'm saying anything offensive to them. But I'm more than happy if anybody has got anything to say, that you can say it, no problem. Don't worry about being blocked or whatever. I don't have a problem with criticism. And if anybody wants to come up, there's a link. Very well said, Jamie. Hello, honey. How you doing anyway? Good to see you. You always end up being a villain in someone else's story, and that's true. Hey, Navigator, how are you, sweetheart? Good to see you too, hon. Um, well, I guess if you're someone who watches what I do, then you already know that I have been going into chats that I wouldn't have went in maybe 3 months ago, and that's because I've decided that well, listen, there's not many people in this community that I couldn't get along with, right? That I couldn't move on and I couldn't move forward. There's really nobody. There's a few from my old community that I would never, 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 never. But you all know that. I don't need to tell you that, right? So, well, I was sitting thinking about things, and I thought, I have fallen out with everybody in this community at one time or another. And I've pretty much fought with everybody at one time or another. I'm talking about the other creators, guys. I'm not talking about you guys subs, right? Although I have fallen out with some of them too, but I'm really talking about the other creators, right? Now, when you fall out with somebody in this community, you don't say the nicest of things. You don't do the nicest of things. And when you really sit back and you look at it objectively and honestly, right, then I have to say that there's nobody that I haven't said nasty stuff about at one time, whether it was in retaliation or whether I started it first. At the end of the day, when we're angry and we're fighting with somebody, we're going to say stuff that we will more than likely regret at one point, or stuff that you wouldn't normally say in any other walk of life, right? So when you look at it like that, then you gotta realize that it's all becomes a little bit pantomime, right? A little bit pantomime. Now, I'm not talking here about extreme cases, because there are people with horror stories and about things, but I'm just talking about the general, dragon people and whatnot that we've all participated in. That so if I decide that I can move on with somebody, or that I listen, it's not even about that. It's I don't want to do it anymore. That's what it is, pure and simple. I have no desire to fight with anybody anymore. And a lot of you might think, what a load of shit. But if you watch how, like, the way I've been going this past year, apart from a few instances, I really haven't been live much. I haven't got involved in all the fighting going on, and different, you know what I mean, like the different little fights that happen. And it's because I don't want to do it. I've said this before, but I didn't join YouTube to do drama, and I know a lot of you are in the same position. But this channel went so far from what it was supposed to be, and if I don't change it now, I'm gonna leave YouTube. I'm just gonna end up leaving, because I don't enjoy the drama, guys. I've never enjoyed it. Um, I'm sorry, guys. I'm not really looking at the chat right now because I'm getting too into what I'm saying. But I will go back. So give me a second. Um, I think this community has to adapt or die. Right? It's pretty simple. And there was a few big things that happened this year that really changed this community forever, and it couldn't be the same as what it was. So you're gonna have to decide whether you wanna integrate. What's the word? Integrate yourself with everybody, or leave. Right, right? Because it's just the way it's gonna go now. Because we have clear lines, right? Bingo, cat. Um, nobody needs to pick sides, Sandy. Nobody needs to pick sides, and nobody needs to agree with me either. You could say what a lot of shit, CJ, or whatever. I can accept that, but it's like somebody might say, like, I'll give you an example. Somebody might say, well, how can CJ go into that? I don't know. I don't want to say somebody. I'll say Jura, but you all know I'm just using this as an excuse, right? Hey, Julie, sweetheart, good to see you, honey. How can CJ go into that Jura's chat after everything that Jura said about her? Well, my answer to that is because at one time I would have said the exact same things about her. You get me? So if I can say, oh, that's all in the past, then just be happy that it's not. And this is another problem because I know that the audience that we have loves the drama. So I guess I'm going to lose a lot of you, right? And I understand that. I'm making a choice here. Now, the people that are here because they genuinely like me and they will watch whatever I do, I will forever be grateful to you guys. But there are going to be a lot of people that's like, CJ's not doing drama, I'm out. And I get it. Like, I totally understand because I'm the one reneging on the deal, right? You joined me because you thought I was going to do a certain thing. And I'm telling you now that I'm not. And please believe me, I'm not getting involved in any fights. If somebody's being dragged in a chat, I won't be there, right? And it could be anybody, anybody. But if somebody's having a chat about something I'm interested in or something that I find entertaining, then I would love to be able to go in and participate and have a good time and spend a bit of time there. Go up on panel and whatnot. Good night, Vicky. It was lovely to see you. I hope you feel better, honey. I hope I'm explaining this right because it always sounds good in my head, and then when I try to say it, I'm like, oh,